This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, discounted prices, miniaturemarket.com. Hello my friends of the Game Boy Geek here. Today it's all gonna be about magic wands and hats and pulling bunnies out of hats and spell books, and I'm gonna be using my magic mind to look into this camera and guess what it is you're hiding from me. Today we're looking at a game called Magic Minds. This is from the Telepathy game series, which has been out for a while, but they've rethemed it and changed the look and the feel of it, and this is now called Magic Minds, even though it's part of the Telepathy game sort of system. It's for two teams for 15 to 20 minutes. It is a logic and deduction game where you're trying to narrow things down. Let me show you how it's played. I'll see you on the other side. In Telepathy, it's a two-sided game where one player is going to have a board here that they're looking at. The opposite player will have an identical board there. Now in front of them are player shields. These act for two things. One is it hides what you can see from the other player's board and vice versa. And two, it's going to hide your secret information that the other player is trying to guess. Let's take a closer look head on. Now we see that there are 9 different colors and 9 different items. We have magic wands, cauldrons, ace of spades, magic hat, spell book, crystal ball, spooky cat, mystic moon, and wizard hat. Same things that are down here on this board, and all of those are all over here. Now on this board you can see here essentially is all that information. Now at the beginning of the game, you are going to just pick something to be the secret solution that the other player is trying to figure out. Now this would typically be up like this. They would not be able to see it, but just to show you how this works, let's say I picked this as my secret aspect here. And so right here we see it is H10 and it's a red cat. So H10 red cat. So on here, all right, H10, we know it's the cat. And we know it's red. That is the secret sauce, what the other player is trying to guess. And this will be straight up, and he's doing the same thing on their side. Now, on your turn, what you're trying to do is narrow things down. So let's start guessing here. I'm going to guess the other player. So what I will do is I'm trying to find out what is on their board here. That's how I'm going to win the game. Now let's just start. Let's say I start here. I say E12 orange spell book. Now, if they say no, that means none of those 4 things are true. That means my thing is not in row 12, it's not in E, it is not orange, and it's not a spell book. And I can cross those things off on the board because I know that they're not there. Now, let's say, and then it would be the next player's turn. Now, let's say I come over here and I say B9 gold magic hat. He says yes. I would circle this. What this means is at least one of these things are true. I won't know how many. It could be all of them. That could have actually been the correct answer. If so, he just says yes. But it could have been just one of them. And then it'd be the other player's turn and he would ask me something. He might say F7 brown magic wand. And I look at this and I go, okay, F, nope, 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 nope. And I say no. So basically I'm just doing the same thing that he's doing to me. Now it comes to me and I know that this one's correct. So maybe I start down this row here, or maybe I try to stay with the same icon or the same color. So maybe I come over here and I say B13 orange crystal ball. And he says yes. I say, okay, well, there's a couple things in common here. We could be on row B. It could be something that's orange, maybe just one of those 2 things, and you'll start narrowing this thing down. And so maybe it's the next player's turn, and then I come back here and I say, well, let's try C9 orange magic wand. He says no, so I know it's not here, and I know it's not here. So this one was a yes, but I know it's not this column. Now, is it no because it's orange? Or so as you can see, the different deduction and different logic that goes into it. Now, this will continue until one player says, for their turn, instead of asking something, they say, I know what mine is. And they just say it. They say, I think I am B13 orange crystal ball. If the answer is yes, you win. The answer is no, you automatically lose. The game ends and the other player wins. The game takes about 15 minutes to play. There is a lot of thinking going on here, and the board looks busy, but it's very easy because as you're going through, you're keeping track over here on what things are true and what things are false. A great fast deduction game. The game does come with 2 of these dry erase markers, and it comes with these little wipe off tabs where you can just quickly wipe it off, all the board, and play again. Now, I had not played the original Telepathy, but I was very interested in it. And looking at this one, it looks like they made all the things a lot more interesting to look at. Now, granted, the colors are a little dark in some areas, and the board looks really busy at first, and it's really hard to play this game under low light. Those are pretty much the only negatives I have about this game. The oranges and the golds look quite alike, and sometimes the reds and the purples can look alike under low light conditions. You're going to want to play this game with a lot of light because those colors are really deep and dark. Now, those are all the negatives out of the way. Let's get to the positives. It's hard, or it's harder, I should say, to find deduction and logic games that are pure logic and deduction in this way that not only play very well with 2 players, but are actually designed to play with 2 players. And some that have a level of depth, yet simplicity, and do it in like a filler time frame, 15 to 20 minutes. So this game is very unique. It's the only one that I have that does this. It's super quick, streamlined, but yet there's a lot of depth there. It's brain burner. It's basically a race. It does feel like sort of Battleship meets Mastermind, where you're both kind of setting up your mastermind at the beginning, telling them whether it's correct or not. And you're trying to figure out how many of those are correct and narrowing them down. Some great logical deduction thinking here. I love this game. It's so quick, 10 minutes, 15 max usually. It's awesome. I love it. 2-player, quick filler game deduction. If you're into this thing, this is an absolute no-brainer. I could play this game all day long. It's one of my favorites. So because of that, I am keeping this game in my collection because I have nothing that fits this specific thing. Filler game with a lot of depth that's easy to teach? Yeah, 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Love it. So because of that, I am going to give this thing a saxophone serenade and properly induct it into my gaming library. If you like this type of game, this is a no-brainer. This video was sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, video, and written game reviews by gamers for gamers. Miniature Market, the online gaming superstore. Thousands of board games, discounted prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com.